The Chocolate War is written by one of my favorite authors, Robert Cormier. And this book tells a story about a 14-year-old boy named Jerry Renault who attends this Catholic boys' school located in his hometown, Monument, Massachusetts. In his school, they were doing a project on selling 50 boxes of chocolates every day. But Jerry received an assignment from Archie Costello, a kid who is part of a mob gang called the Vigils, and so um, Archie gave Jerry this assignment to Jerry, um, to not sell the chocolates for just 3 days. But in about 3 days, Jerry never sold the chocolates. All day he would say no for not selling the chocolates, and then he always thinks of these this quote in his head. It went like this: "Do I dare disturb the universe?" And he always thinks that. And also, usually when he decided not to never sell the chocolates, he became a target around his school. The teachers watching him, the kids doing the same thing as him, and the vigils trying to get Jerry to sell the chocolates. And so Jerry's not actually listening to any of them. He's never going to sell the chocolates. So The Chocolate War is actually one of my favorite young adult novels of all time. I actually read it at my age. I'm actually 13, so and so The Chocolate War is actually a pretty interesting novel. It is pretty interesting because of the plot of the story and how the plot can literally drive usually, and it would literally make a reader be interested into the story and make the reader not stop reading the page that they're reading, and that really what this book did to me. I usually read many chapters in this book during like the daytime and the nighttime, and usually I never stopped reading. It's just because I was so interested into this book, I just had to read it. And just because this is a suspense novel, so I was really interested into the storyline. Also, this is not just any suspense novel. It's also like a young adult realistic novel. And the reason why this is a realistic novel is just because this book was actually inspired by the author's son. It was much inspired by his son named Peter, who attended a Catholic boys' school also. And his school is like was doing this project on selling chocolates, and then he decided not to sell the chocolates, but it was his family's decision, so he decided not to sell the chocolate. And then that's when the author had this what if question, and that's when he wrote this book. And that was actually pretty interesting because the author actually got an inspiration from something in his life, and that was actually pretty interesting because I'm actually writing a novel much inspired by my life, but I'm not going to explain you about my novel that I'm writing. So anyway, this book really well, actually, I'm going to tell you one thing about my writing. So my writing is much inspired by this author. So Robert Cormier is actually one of my favorite authors of all time. Even though I wish he was still alive, even though he died like in November 2nd, 2000. And that was actually pretty sad that he already died because he's one of my favorite authors, and I really, really want to try and meet him. But now he's already dead, so yeah. He was born in like I think 1924 or something, and so that's when he died in 2000. And that was actually pretty sad. But he's pretty great at writing young adult novels because he's actually a pretty interesting writer, and so he knows how he can usually convert a kind of teenager issue because he used to be a teenager himself, and now it's actually pretty interesting that he's trying to like use some kind of an inspiration with usually teen issues. And so like he uses like themes of harsh theme, brutality, and also he uses violence, same as brutality. So yeah, also he also uses very scenery of conspiracy, and that was actually pretty interesting. I loved how he done that, and I would say I would have to read more of his novels just because of how I'm so interested into the author. He is pretty interested in. He's so very interesting of writing usually for teenagers, and I think I will have to do is try and read more of his novels. And I really love The Chocolate War. I expect you guys to maybe read it, maybe not. I don't care if you read it or not, but I really love The Chocolate War, and I'm going to give The Chocolate War a 9 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 is just because of the ending. I'm not going to tell you about the ending. It's just because the ending is so shocking and harsh. It'll literally break your heart and make you a bit scared. But the Chocolate War did well with trying to create a very interesting storyline from an author who actually tries to inspire much from teen issues, and that was actually pretty interesting. So, thank you very much for watching this. I sure hope you like this video, and if you do, if this video gets like a lot of likes, I would have to go with trying to make more reviews or something like that. I don't usually care. I mean, this is my first time making a video, and I'm actually 13. And don't mind my voice. I know that I sound exactly like a 14-year-old or something like that, but I'm actually 13, so don't judge how I talk. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you read The Chocolate War, let me know down in the comments below, and tell me how you think of it.